Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another AMEX related video for you guys. So in the past I've done a few AMEX reviews on the AMEX Platinum, and long story short, I guess if you haven't seen those, I highly recommend the card, especially now because the welcome bonus is back up to 60,000 points if you use my referral link. I'll leave that down below if you guys are interested. But also I'm giving away free AMEX points. I'll leave the video where I'm giving them away down below in the description. Just leave a like on that video and follow the instructions and you guys will be entered to win that. But I've never actually made a video on the best ways to spend AMEX points. I thought it'd be a good video idea just because there's a lot of different ways to redeem points and some of them aren't the best, guys. So I want to compare a lot of the popular options, show you some of the better ways to redeem some points. So if you guys are interested, then obviously you are in the right place. So with that being said, let's just dive right into it. But we'll start with the worst and then move up along the ranks. So the worst way is the statement credit, and usually it's worth 0.7 cents per point. Now I've seen it before where it's 1 cent per point, and last summer during COVID there was like a special redemption value where it was 2 cents per point, and that's when I redeemed a lot of points just because it was really good value. But at the 0.7 cents, it's not the best. And what you can see also is for qualified travel purchases that you make on your AMEX, that they'll give you the 1 cent per point redemption. So that's okay, but there's obviously better alternatives, which I'll touch on later on in this video. So next we have merchandise, and obviously there's a lot of different things you can buy on AMEX's site, and sometimes they give like 25% off points and some deals like that, but on average it's not the best way to spend your points. And I just took an example of where I looked at AirPods, for instance, and those normally cost $368 and run you 50,800 points, so that roughly equates to 0.7 cents per point. So you're pretty much back where you were at with the statement credit. So yeah, this isn't really the best way. Another way still on AMEX's site is they have the fixed point per travel, where it gives you a value of 1 cent per point. Now, even though this is only 1 cent per point, there's some other factors, I guess, that could make this decision worthwhile. So sometimes on AMEX they have discounts like 25% off the price of the hotel, so you will be getting more value, I guess, for your points if you think about the hotel being discounted. And also too, if you book your hotel through the AMEX Fine and Hotel Resorts or their other site, I forget it off the top of my head, but if you book it through one of their sites, they give you amenities. So sometimes you get $100 dining credit. You can also get like free room upgrades. There's a lot of different things, and it varies between hotels, so you definitely should keep that in mind and don't just factor in, I guess, the point value. There's also some other things to consider. So this way is not the worst way to redeem points. Okay, so speaking about travel, this is the best way to redeem your points, transferring to either hotel or an airline. And what you'll find though is there's a lot of different variability on the value of the points depending on the time of year you book, when your flight or trip or whatever is happening. So I'm gonna leave a few examples of the different times of years of when I've encountered booking flights and stuff like that. But also I'm going to leave a link down below to the points guy. He made a blog post about talking about different airlines and maximizing your point value and stuff like that. So that's a more detailed read if you guys are interested, but I'm just saying on average, transferring to an airline or a hotel is your best way to go. So first let's talk about the hotels. So you can transfer to either a Hilton or a Marriott, and what's good about those hotel chains is you already get an upgraded status just for having a platinum card, so you will be gold status already. So that gives you a free upgraded room. But for my example right now, I just looked at a random hotel in Miami. I looked at the W. What's good about booking with points is if you stay 5 nights, you get the 5th night free, so you're only paying for 4 nights with your points. So if you're doing like a longer stay, definitely redeem your points through Marriott or Hilton. And maybe if it's a shorter stay, then you can redeem through the fixed point program through AMEX if it works out. But obviously that's on a case-by-case scenario. You're gonna have to compare those ones. But sorry, I just was kind of rambling on. But the example that I took for the hotel, so I looked at a random hotel in Miami. I looked at the W, and so for 5 nights it cost you $2,121. and that'll run you 133,333 Amex points. So that gives you a value of 1.6 cents per point. So that's not that bad. That's obviously better than the 1 cent per point on fixed Amex travel, and way better than the 0.7 cent statement credit. But guys, now the flights is where you're probably gonna make the most. So I have a few examples for you guys. So back when we could travel, I went to Vegas. It was probably like last December. And so the flight in total cost $971, and that only cost me 25,000 Amex points. So that gives you a value of 3.8 cents per point. Also, I was looking at a trip in January to Toronto, and that cost $561, and that ran me 24,200 points. So that gives you a value of 2.3 cents. I just tried to look at some flights for later on in June. And so to go to Toronto, that would cost $159, run me 22,300 points. So that gives me a value of 0.7 cents per point. So that's obviously very shitty. And that's just because the flight is super cheap right now to Toronto, so you might as well just pay it out in cash. And then also, if I were to go to Vegas in June, it would cost me $304.53. Run me 19,500 points. So that gives a value of 1.5 cents. And then I just looked at some international flights. So if I were to go to Paris in June, which I was supposed to go last year for my birthday for the French Open, that run me $999 and cost 61,400 points for a value of 1.6 cents per point. So as you can see, on average, you're getting at least 1.5 cents per point. And if you look really hard, you can get 2 cents, 3 cents. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that, because that is where you get a lot of value from your points. And so even at 1.5 cents per point, which is like the average, I guess, right now for a flight, with the 60,000 bonus points, you're getting a value of $900. So that's way more than the annual fee right there, and you haven't even spent any money. That's just from the welcome bonus, so just imagine spending throughout the year. So you're definitely getting good value out of the Amex card, obviously if you redeem your points correctly, because if you're using statement credits, then I don't know what to tell you guys, you definitely aren't getting the best bang for your buck. So hopefully you guys found that video insightful. Just kind of wanted to give you a brief overview of the different options and kind of give you some ideas on the best ways to redeem points. And also there's some other things to consider just beside the point value. Like obviously if you book on Amex hotels, you can consider different amenities and price that into your whole analysis on if it will be worth it to book that way rather than transferring to a hotel chain and booking through the point system. Through like a Hilton or a Marriott. So yeah, obviously it's case by case scenario on your particular trip, but on average the best way is like the hotel or airline, obviously the worst the statement credit, and everything else in between. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, smash the like button, subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'm a rock star.